Guys, I literally went from 10K followers in April to 30K followers in July. That is about triple my original followers in 2 months. So this is Instagram, which used to be one of the most difficult platforms to gain followers on. So that was why when this happened, I got a lot of people coming to me to say, what's going on? What are you doing? What's happening? How is this growth happening? And I just decided, I'm just going to make a video and talk about what I think happened, right? I'm just going to make a video and talk about it so that when someone asks me again what happened, I just send you the video. Honestly, because I've got so much of those questions and I just want to answer them carefully. I feel like there are so many people watching this and you're trying to strike some sort of to attain some sort of growth on IG, and this video might help you get that. So that's what this video is about, and let's get straight into it. So you guys, we're getting started shortly. However, in case you're seeing this channel for the first time, I talk about content writing and how you can monetize your content writing career. So if this is something that interests you, you want to click the subscribe button so that you can stay glued to my channel and see all of my videos. All right, without wasting time, I'm eager to share it with you. Let's talk about my rapid IG growth. So first off, I would never replace the that thing called consistency. I'm never going to take it out because it's really the magic formula, right? And if you skip it, I don't know how you are going to do it, because that's the formula I know. Consistency cannot be replaced. So the very first thing I think that helped me achieve this thing, that is helping me achieve this journey, is staying consistent. It's crazy, but that is something I know that has happened. Right now, on my IG, I've managed to stay consistent for a while. I think for like 1 year straight, I have been having, like, there's no week I haven't posted something. Right, of course, sometimes I take breaks, which I would advise everybody to do. Maybe sometimes you can take a week off, 2 weeks off, a month off social media, just to get your brain back in space, right? And I do that sometimes. But when I come back and I continue my routine. Do you understand? So that consistency was always there, has always been there, and I didn't break it. So I think that was a major contributor in this rapidity that happened. Okay, so there was that, and that's the first thing I'm going to say. Now, contrary to what you might be thinking, there's no set formula. I don't have any set formula that would say, oh, okay, you know what, post by 10 p.m. daily, or post 5 times a day, or all of those things. I did not do any of those things. I didn't have any set time. I do not have any set time that I post, or any particular number of videos I have to put out a day or something like that. I don't have all those things, and I don't think those things affected my growth in any way. I mean, like I said, people are different and channels are different, and basically your audience is different from my own. So for your audience, it might be pertinent for you to post 10 times a day. I hope not, but it might be to post 10 times a day, or do something consistently, or have a specific time to post, or maybe reach out to people after posting and say hello, engage. It might be pertinent for you, but for my audience, that was not a contributor at all. Okay, so immediately after consistency, the next thing I'm going to say that helped was discovering carousels. You guys, the moment I discovered the power of carousels, then there was this switch, right? And I think one of my best, in fact, some of my best performing posts right now are carousels. Some of the best performing posts I have now are carousels. I mean, I think like the first five are carousels. Like, they perform so well for me. And so I think it was just about interacting with my audience using different forms until I finally saw what works. So here's the thing. Before now, I used to think that people don't read on Instagram. Honestly, I thought people would all those things was for Twitter. If you want to read, you go to LinkedIn or Twitter. I was surprised to find out that people actually read things properly on Instagram. And like I said, that's the place of experimenting. Because I think one day I saw somebody put out a Twitter thread format of post on Instagram, and it was like 12 slides, and they were words written on air, like it was a very long slide. But I realized that I read everything from start to finish, and I was like, When I finished reading, I was like, I actually read this thing completely. And if I did read this thing, it means that a lot of people read. And so I checked the comments, people were actually reading, they were interacting. So I could tell that people read that carousel from start to finish. And I was like, that means people on Instagram actually read things, right? Before I used to think it was just a visual platform. Even if you want to, instead of it to put out something to be read, put it out to be watched, like act it out. Let's say be a video, maybe sit down and talk instead of writing it out. That was my belief before, until I actually now decided, okay, no, let me try this thing that I saw, this thing that I saw it from someone. I'll never forget. I even chatted her up afterwards to thank her. I'm like, you were one of the inspirations behind this thing that I do now, right? Because I saw it from her, and then I said, let me try this thing out. So I tried it out. I picked that format and I repurposed, like I brought my own content into it and put it out in that form. And guys, imagine my surprise when this thing started to get like crazy shares. I think I saw like 600 shares the first time, and I was like, 600 shares on this post, and it was crazy. I was like, what's going on? What's going on? And it just struck me that people actually read, and that discovery, it changed everything. I started to ride on the new wave that I had discovered. Okay, so I started to alternate, share it. I'll put in some videos, some normal photos, and then I'll put in some carousels, some Twitter thread style carousels. Guys, my carousel started to blow up. I'm telling you, I have one carousel right now doing like 700k views, and people are engaging, it's interactive, people are sharing 25,000 shares. Like, it's crazy, right? And I think yes, the carousels help, but like I said, I would not speak for the general public. I won't speak for your niche. What works for your own niche might be different from what works for mine. But one of the things I've discovered about Instagram is that people read. So if you find a way to engage people in words, they will read from start to finish. Okay, so that was one of the things I knocked off, and it started to work for me. Okay, so that's the second thing. That's the second thing I did. So first thing I said was consistency. Second thing I said was discovering carousels. And then the third and final thing that I did, that I would say that helped, was preferring solutions in every post that I made. Okay, it's something I'm still on, right? Preferring solutions to every single post that I make. So you'd see that whenever I am making a carousel post, it is answering multiple questions. That's something I was very particular about. I didn't want to just write, maybe stories. I wanted people to read, and as they are going through it, they are finding answers to a question they had, right? I am either preferring a solution, telling them, okay, this is a tool you can use, this is a website you can use, this is what you can do, this is how you can do this. It was like answering people's questions, but in written forms. So that would make people share a lot, save a lot, because it was providing high value for them. All right. So the third and final thing I would say I did, and I am still doing, is adding value per post, making sure that everything I put out is something that if I see it, if I see this post on Instagram, I would want to read it. So I know that when people say, they would also want to read it. Okay. So basically, three things. This is what I did. This is what I'm still doing, right? This is what I'm still doing that I think that has helped a lot. And it's what I would kind of recommend to you as well to try out. By the way, I have this crazy goal to hit 100k followers on IG by the end of September. As crazy as the goal is, I mean, I'll keep you updated. It's very crazy because IG is a wild place, but let's see what happens. Like I said, let's see what happens. I'm pumped up about it because of these things that I'm telling you I have discovered. I think they are things that they work, they are fundamentals, and if you're able to recreate them, you still get the same results. So that's why I'm pumped up about it. But I mean, let's see what happens. I'll keep you updated. So yes, guys, that's what I want to share with you in this video. I hope that you learned something if you got here, and I hope you've clicked the subscribe button. Thank you so much for staying to the end of my video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.